overview of the project status, and then we'll jump in and address questions and issues that have been raised by elected officials, community board representatives, and concerned citizens. We expect this morning's kickoff construction task force meeting will be followed by regular meetings with this working group. As determined by the Borough President, Councilmember James, and as we speak today, we'll focus on construction-related topics. Going forward, we will work closely with the sponsors of this meeting to set future agendas so that they address the range of topics. It was around a year ago that we released the new design images for the Barclays Center. Since then, we've been working very hard on all aspects of the project, including the actual construction of the arena, which began last spring, as well as other parts of the project, specifically the housing. I'll give you a quick overview of where we are, and then I'll turn the presentation over to Carlos for questions. The arena and related site work and infrastructure improvements are well underway. Phase 1 Long Island Railroad work is complete, moving the Long Island Railroad yard to its new location. The yard work necessary to put the Crossing Avenue Bridge back in service will be starting next month and will be complete in time for arena opening. Demolition on the arena block is complete. Final removal of the debris is expected this month. Foundation work is progressing. Excavation is 75% complete. Foundation work is over 50% complete. One can now see the arena shaping up with the curved wall denoting the shape of the bowl. There is currently steel being fabricated for the project in Virginia, and we will start to erect this steel next month. We have started work on the new transit entrance that will welcome everyone to the Barclays Center. We expect the Barclays Center will open at some point in the summer of 2012, with basketball games starting there in the fall of that year. Related to arena construction and opening, there have been questions and concerns around parking and traffic. Let me touch on this briefly. To address requests that have been made for additional resident parking during construction, we've been looking at our nearby facilities, such as Atlantic Terminal and AZ County, as a potential resource for paid monthly community parking that could be made available during construction. Once the arena is open, we intend to use all of our available parking facilities in the area to help address game day parking as part of our transportation demand management plan. It is not our intention to satisfy arena parking needs on the street. This plan will be put in place to reduce arena-generated traffic. We are strategizing now to construct a dynamic program for game and event days at the arena. We are working closely with Sam Schwartz Engineering, a traffic professional, to identify a number of ways to discourage driving and promote mass transit. In addition, to promote parking facilities I mentioned before, some of these examples include high occupancy vehicle parking requirements, free round-trip Metro cards with next ticket purchases, and a 400 bicycle storage facility on site. Given its complexity, we would like to dedicate one of the future task force meetings to this subject. A few final points on construction process and deployment. To date, we have awarded over $52.6 million in contracts for the arena infrastructure, rail yard relocation, demolition, and mitigation. Of this, $21.8 million, or 41%, has been awarded to minority-owned firms, $4.2 million, or 8%, to women-owned firms. Today, we have 90 workers on the site, 30 of which live in community boards 2, 6, or 8. Obviously, that number will increase as the steel arrives on the site and the project construction is full throttle. On average, there have been 40 to 50 workers per day on site, with 10 on average being placed by the community labor exchange. To date, the CLE has placed 45 people in construction jobs on Atlantic Yard, and we will address this topic more specifically later on in the presentation. Finally, we are working on creating an information webpage. This will provide the public with regular updates on the project, including issues around construction and traffic. Our goal is to